So, if I had to build my coaching brand from scratch in 2026, here's what I would do. And I'm going to share that in this video for you. So, if you are thinking of starting your coaching, consulting, speaking business in 2026, I'm going to tell you all of the things I wish I had done when I first started years ago to help you skip all of that. So, get that pen and get that paper because by the end of the video, you're going to know what you can do to start your brand in a profitable way in 2026. And that is something that you're going to want to stick around for. Well, hello, awesome people. As you know, I am Marshalyn Hudson, and on this channel, I love giving tips on how to build your brand, how to clarify your message, and how to take your expertise and turn it into income. So today in this video, and I hope you have your pen and paper, I'm going to talk about if I had to build my coaching business, my brand from scratch today in 2026, here's what I would do. Now, the first thing that I wouldn't do, and I heard High Season and Company, and they are great. If you don't follow them, go find them on YouTube, High Season and Company, and they talk about social media. What I heard them say is the first thing I wouldn't do is start posting. And I totally agree. If I was starting this year, I would not go set up a platform and start posting. That is not the first thing I would do. So if I had to start this coaching business from scratch, and as you know, I've been doing it a while with no audience, no followers, no email list, because when you start, you actually have that. None of that. I didn't have any of that. Here's exactly what I would do. Get that pen and get that paper. And as I say, as someone who spent 25 years teaching in the college classroom and then left the classroom 3 years ago to start my coaching, consulting, and speaking business and working with experts, building their brand and their businesses, the good news is you don't need to be everywhere and you don't need to be doing everything. I wish I had known that when I first started. You don't need to be on every site. You don't need to be online every day. You don't have to be posting 3 times a day. You don't have to be dancing on TikTok. You don't have to be everywhere. You don't have to even be a certain age. Okay. I work with people, of course, me over 50. I work with people in their 60s, 70s, 80s. You don't have to have any of that stuff to be successful. So if you're a coach, a consultant, a speaker, or service-based expert trying to build your personal brand this year and trying to attract clients online, this video is going to give you a simple starting strategy. Okay. Now, most people think, and I've been working with coaches and consultants and experts, and they're wonderful. But most people think that building a brand, a personal brand, requires a lot of complicated funnels. They have to be techie, ads, dozens of platforms. They think it requires all of this stuff. For me, I have simplified this business and I'm creating a life that I really love. And it's not all of the stuff all of the time. I have a 3-2-1 method that I'll talk about a little later. So let's move into step one. What I would do if I was starting a coaching brand from scratch with nothing in 2026, number one, I would clarify my message. That is key. I would not be posting and trying to set up a website and trying to do it. The first thing I would do would clarify my message. I wish I had known that years ago. And now that I know, I have clarified. So you have to get clear on your message. And I told myself that I was all over the place. I really wasn't clear. I knew I wanted to teach on social media branding, but I just wasn't clear on my message. I had a lot of ideas, a lot of expertise. So the first thing I would do is get clear on my message. And I hope I'm helping you skip all of that other stuff. No posting, no getting on social media, no website. Get clear on your message. So most coaches struggle with this because their message is too vague. And I struggled with it because my message was too vague. I had so much expertise and so much knowledge and so much passion for what I wanted to teach. I was like, I can teach social media and branding to everyone who wanted it. Big mistake, okay? And it was so vague. So you have to ask yourself, when someone lands on your profile or sees your content, Do they understand quickly? Okay, three things: who you help, what problem you solve, and what transformation you offer. Okay, got that pen and paper? When they land quickly, it can't be 10 minutes, 15 minutes. They're not going to scroll all down your site or scroll all down your social media. They're not. They need to know quickly. Maybe it's your headliner on LinkedIn or your bio on Instagram or your. They need to know fast who you help, the problem you solve, and the transformation you offer. For me, with as an example, with Success Trifecta, my signature framework, which every coach and consultant, even service-based expert needs a signature framework. Well, when they land on my site, they know right away she helps coaches, consultants, speakers, and service-based entrepreneurs do what? The problem she helps them clarify their message, build a personal brand that attracts the right client, and turn their expertise by monetizing it into income. That's the problem. Now, it's one success trifecta framework, but three parts. That's the problem to solve. So no more being all over the place. No more being scattered. We get clear on your message. No more trying to build your brand in front of the wrong people. We get clear on how to build a brand in front of the right people. No more trying to figure out how to make money. We monetize through your expertise with offers. That's it. And so, what is the transformation that you get? The transformation is now you've built a personal brand that attracts the right clients. And so this is what you need to do to get clear on your message. I wish I had known this 3 years ago when I left the college and started this business full time, but that's okay because I know now. And so I'm hoping that you know the first thing, step one, if you were starting this brand in 2026 from scratch, clarify your message. Number two, oh my gosh, I wish I had known this. Choose one visibility platform and go all in on it. I was trying to be everywhere. It just didn't work. But I do tell people you can choose two, but one works just as well. And so one platform can be your primary platform, and the second one can be your secondary. But many experts say choose one platform to be visible on and go all in. I like the 90-day plan. So if you're going to do one platform, you can. You can do 90 days of LinkedIn and go all in, but you need to know all of the strategy. Posting is not a strategy. Okay, so just posting is not a strategy, but you need to learn the optimization. You need to go all in. If you decide it's going to be YouTube like this, we know one video a week is great. And who are you talking to? Talk to that one person. But I do not care about the two. I don't have a problem with the two platform, especially if it fits your schedule and you can be consistent with them 3 days a week. Let's say it's LinkedIn. My two are LinkedIn and YouTube. And we are consistent with LinkedIn 3 days a week. And it's not just posting. You got to have a strategy where you're commenting and connecting and, showing your authority. And then YouTube once a week. Those are my two platforms. One is my primary, one is my secondary. Now, we also believe in email where you might have a Substack or a Kit or Constant Contact. But you need a visibility system or a visibility platform. Now, you can just pick one platform, but I do like to say, let's add email to that. Because social media alone, you don't own social media, okay? It's rented land. You own your email. So in step two, the second thing I would do is choose one main platform for visibility. And if you like, one secondary. Not everywhere, every platform, and not trends. Let me be on this place because it's a trend. You need to be where your people are, and you need to be somewhere where you like. I like doing YouTube videos. I really like LinkedIn, and it matches my schedule for 3 days a week. So that's how you choose for your visibility platform, your visibility system. Now, if I were starting over today, I would pick one main platform for my main audience, which would probably be YouTube, okay? Because it is a great place. And I would just really go in on learning everything I need to know about not just uploading a video, it's more things to the strategy. Okay, what you put in the description, picking your title, doing your thumbnail. Very, very important. And then my second one would be LinkedIn. I really like LinkedIn. My audience is there. I work with coaches, consultants, speakers, and I also work with corporate teams who, when companies ask me to come and speak and do training on the Success Trifecta, my signature program. So, and I focus on showing up consistently. So, if I were starting, I would be consistent with my video, consistent with my 3 day a week. You don't need to be every day on LinkedIn. And now we have our Substack newsletter. Substack is great because now when people subscribe to your newsletter, you automatically get their email. And every time you send a newsletter, everybody gets it into their inbox. It's wonderful. But I have a team, so I'm not a solopreneur, so I do have help. But if you're a solopreneur, pick your visibility platform, go all in and be consistent. I like the 3 days a week. For many coaches, like I say, it may be LinkedIn and YouTube. You just can't go wrong. Number three, the third step is I would create a simple content system. Okay. The third thing I would do is create this. Now, many people think that they have to create brand new content every day. Instead, I would start with one core idea every week and turn it into multiple pieces. Now, when I started, AI wasn't big like it is. So AI can even help us now. So you can have one core idea each week and turn it into multiple content. For example, you could have a one core idea and make it a video, like I'm making this one on what I would do if I was starting from scratch in 2026. I can make that a video. Then I could turn it into a LinkedIn post. Then I could turn that into a Substack newsletter. And I could even turn it into short clips for shorts. I could turn it into a podcast episode. It's so many ways that you could turn it into multiple pieces. But you wouldn't have to do all of that because you're not on all of those places, right? And so I could talk about the success trifecta. One week I could talk about branding, how to build your personal brand, because we only do 3 times a week on LinkedIn. And then one of the videos could be on building your brand. Well, one week I could talk about clarifying your message, making sure it's clear on who you help, how you help them, and what their results are going to be. And then I could put that on my other sites, my Substack newsletter. Then the next week I could talk about content and how to use content to monetize, take your expertise through your content and how to monetize and create offers, whether it's through coaching or through speaking or through a mini course or through a audio series or a low ticket offer. So in step 3, you create a simple content system from one core idea each week and turn it into multiple pieces of content. Step 4. So now you create one clear offer. Okay. And I love this. I wish I had known this. To me, your one clear offer becomes this structured piece of your signature framework. Okay. And so this fourth thing is your one clear offer. To me, it's a structured offer. And it starts with your lead magnet, which you give away for free in exchange for value, which is their email. And then you take care of the email. You send good content weekly that's going to help them. So your structured offer starts with your lead magnet. Then it goes to your low ticket item. It may be $27, $47, $97. And you create this offer. Okay. Then it can move to your mid-tier. It could be a 90-minute strategy session. It's your mid-tier offer, okay, for a certain amount. And then it goes to your premium offer, which is your coaching, your signature framework, your speaking, or whatever. So step 4 is one clear structured offer, all under your signature framework. For me, it's the success trifecta. I love that because it's 3 parts to the trifecta. It's building your brand, creating your offer, getting clear on your message first, building a brand that attracts the right clients, and turning your expertise into income. So now we're talking about the success trifecta. How does that flow into a clear, structured offer? Where it starts with the free playbook, the Clarity to Clients Playbook. When you get clear, you get clients. Okay. And so it starts with the free playbook. Then secondly, it moves to the mini course that has the actual parts to that. It's a sample of the success trifecta. It has templates and it has a few things. Then it moves to the 90-minute strategy session that I have. Then it moves to the premium offers, which are the 30-day intensive and the 5K plus accelerator, which is a 6-week program. So it is a structured offer under the signature framework, which is the success trifecta. That's what you need. That's step 4. So how do you introduce your framework as we wrap up? So this approach is actually what's going to take you to your framework, okay? And like the one that I created is the success trifecta. You might say, well, Marsha, how did you come up with the success trifecta? So you will know how to come up with yours. But you have AI now to put in who you work with, what problem they have, what transformation, what you like, what your passions are, what your expertise is, and put it into Chat GPT or Claude and ask it to help you with a signature framework. I came up with mine based on the years that I was teaching over and over again as a consultant. I was teaching people how to build a brand over and over again. I was teaching people how to clarify their message. Who do you work with? What problem do you solve? And then I started teaching people how to turn their hobby into making money. How do you take your expertise and monetize it? Things that I was actually doing myself. That's how I came up with the success trifecta. That's like, it's a trifecta to be successful. So if you haven't been teaching that and you're starting from scratch, and you need to know, use AI to help you come up with your signature framework. So, and in the success trifecta, we have 3 parts: brand, position, and growth. Okay, so AI can help you with yours. I like to say when you create a signature framework, no more than 5 parts. Okay, mine has 3. Some people have 4. No more than 5 parts. People don't want a whole lot of stuff to learn your framework because you're going to take them from where they are now to the place that they want to be with your signature framework. So closing, as I close, when your message is clear and your expertise is positioned well in front of the right people, and you have this visibility system that grows your brand so that you can turn your expertise into income, you start seeing opportunities and clients consistently. Okay. And building a coaching brand doesn't require doing everything, right? Good news. It just requires clarity, consistency, and a simple system. And when I say a simple system, for me, it is just a weekly process. That's a simple system. Okay. So if you're a coach, a consultant, an expert, you want to turn your expertise into consistent clients, make sure you subscribe to this channel so we can continue giving you great content. Make sure you leave comments. We love comments, and drop down below in the description box and grab that playbook, Clarity to Clients, because when you get clear, you start getting clients. How to turn your inconsistent content or inconsistent revenue into consistent clients. That's what you're going to learn in that playbook. So get down there and grab that playbook and learn how to turn inconsistent revenue, especially if you're starting now, into consistent clients. And be sure and head down there to see some other good videos that you might want to watch. So every week I share strategies on here. That's why you want to subscribe on how to get clear, how to get visible, and how to get clients.